Today we're going to be changing the brakes on a 2016 Ford Explorer. This one is a sports package. Platinum package should be the same. Just take your VIN number. You can run it through AutoZone or O'Reilly's, or take it right down to Ford, and they'll tell you exactly the parts that you need to do this. I also have a video out on the front brakes and rotors here, but today we're going to be doing the rear. So if you need the front, make sure you check out the link above. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to get started. All right, so we got this jacked up in the air. We're just gonna pull these lug nuts off. It's a 19mm socket here. And a lot of companies like to use these lug nuts that have this weird, you know, it's got a little cap over the top of it. So just make sure you inspect this, make sure it's not all chewed up. If it is, it'll start to change sizes on you. And you know, you can replace these so that you don't have issues going down the road. I'll be the first one to tell you that I don't always recommend changing rotors just because it says to replace the rotors. A lot of times I resurface them, or you know, sometimes they're still good. You can just throw brake pads on here and go about your day. But this one here, like, can you hear this? That's all the grooves that are in here. Now this rotor here has about 70,000 miles on it, and I don't think the pads have ever been changed. You can see there's still a little bit of meat on them, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna swap this out, new pads and all that different stuff, lube up the calipers, and yeah, let's get started. So these are our two bolts down in here that we need to change. There's this one here and this one down here that'll pull the whole caliper off. Then we can pull these apart for the slides and lubricate these all up, make sure everything's working fine. It's a 15mm socket, and I just have a ratcheting breaker bar here, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull this off. Sometimes it helps put a little extension on here, kind of clear up some angles. Now we can get that off. Pop our old brake pads out. Might take a little bit of persuasion. There we go. Right, you can see these things were done. Okay. All right, so for this next part, I went ahead and I'm taking this bracket off here, and you can see now I've exposed, I can see this whole brake piston. This requires a special tool, but I don't have one, so I'm going to show you just a little trick here. And so what you do here is you take the C-clamp, right, put a little pressure on it, and what it is this needs to be rotated to go in there. They make a little tool that clamps on there, and you can do all this stuff while you're doing it. And you know, it'll do that for you, but you can also do it with some channel locks here. Right, so just keep applying the pressure, give it a spin, apply the pressure, give it a spin, right? And it takes a little bit longer. You can probably go down and rent the tool. I'm sure they have one, you know, but this works just as well. You just want to make sure that while you're doing that, you're not pinching the boot. And if you're lucky and your C-clamp wants to spin it, it'll save you even more time. There you go. We are maxed out right there. So back this off. And now we're ready to clean this up, throw some lube on here, and then put everything back together. All right, next part, now that we've got that all taken care of, right, we're just looking for, this one is a T40, right? And so we're gonna put that in there. You can do this also with your breaker bar that you used, right? Same idea. Shouldn't be too terribly tight. Sometimes they do rust on there. All right, so we got our persuader, right? Stick if you need it. For the most part, I'm just gonna hit this thing, loosen all that stuff up. There we go. And now it comes off here. So you see this thing is really bad shape. So I'm gonna switch over, put a pair of gloves on now as we start dealing with all this new stuff. Put the new rotor on there, and then start servicing everything else and put it back together. All right, our new rotor, straight from AutoZone. But like I said, really, you can get these from anywhere. Okay, we're gonna line up that hole here, and it's gonna go right there. There we go. Make sure it seats all the way. Find our screw and put that back on there. All right, get that guy on there nice and tight. Okay, and now we are ready to service up the rest of this caliper. So I'm going to take these off here. Okay. We're going to inspect our boots, make sure there are no tears, which these ones seem to be in pretty good shape. Okay. Gonna give these a little dab of grease. Gotta go grab that real quick. All right, so we're gonna pop those boots back off again. And then I am just going to take this brake caliper grease, and I'm going to try to very carefully get it in that hole. Just a little bit, doesn't take a lot. You know, these ones are in good shape. They haven't had any water intrusion or anything. All right, again, not a lot because it will squirt out and then it'll be all over everything and make a mess and smoke and all that other stuff. So we've got that back on there now. Put our boots back on. Right, those just slide back over there. Then just using a towel or shop rag, something that's got very little lint, I'm just going to wipe those off like that. Inspect here for any wear and tear, you know, any long grooves, which I don't see any there. All right, and so then we're just going to take this and we are going to make sure it's in the right direction, and then we're going to slide this back on. Right, you can hear all that grease squirting back in there. Right, our boots lock back over there. Nice easy seal. Everything slides freely. Now we're going to put our new brake pad clips and our brake pads in here and get this into place. Well, and if you're like me and you bought your parts down at AutoZone, I guess they didn't come with clips. So we're going to put these back on. To do that, I'm just going to pull this back apart. All right, and these just line back up with this little bent tab facing the outside. So got that back on there. Now we'll go back together just like I showed you earlier. There we go, all snapped into place. Let's grab our brake pads. All right, and these are both the same shape. I like to put the squeaker, right? That's all that is, it's just a squeaker. I like to put the squeaker on the outside. All right, then we take our other one, stick that in here. All right, then once we get these in here, right, you just kind of line these up, then it should slide up and over our rotor. All right, we're gonna line our holes back up on the back side. Put our bolts back through where they came out. All right, so again, just line those up, get them started, top and bottom. We're just gonna tighten these up. And torque specs for this are 76 foot-pounds for the rear. So that's what I have this set to. There we go, all torqued in. I'm gonna hit this with some brake cleaner, right? Gonna get all the packing grease off or anything I might have missed. And so now we are back into place. Now you got to remember, whenever you go to, back this thing out of the driveway, pump your brakes first, because your brake pads aren't touching this rotor, and it's going to take a little bit of fluid and pressure to get back in here so that you don't roll across the street and hit your neighbor. And there you have it. So not too hard of a job. I think the hardest part of this thing was trying to get that brake pad back into that caliper hanger with those clips and everything in there. But we got it. You just got to, fight for it a little bit. If I missed anything, be sure to put it in the comments. I'm sure you're going to do that anyway. About the only thing that I didn't do on this one were those caliper slide bolts. So if you notice any wear and tear on yours, it's easier to change them while you're doing this, while you're in the middle of this job, rather than wait and put it off and have something go wrong. These ones here were in perfect shape. No reason to change them. Everything's expensive now. No sense in spending money that you don't need to spend. But I probably will change these later on down the road when I do the brakes again. So we're gonna button everything up, put the wheel back on, let everything down. Again, like I said, make sure you pump those brakes before you go out. And then I usually like to get going about 50 miles an hour, and get hard and steady on the brakes down to about 5 miles an hour, take off and do it again. And I do that for about, 10 to 12 times. And, your brakes should be seated after that. So that's it. There you have it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.